Imagine this reality itself, everything you see, touch, and feel, might only exist because you are observing it. This is not science fiction. It is one of the strangest and most mind-bending discoveries in modern physics. Over 2,000 years ago, the Hermetic philosophers declared, "All is mind. The universe is mental." And in the 20th century, the Double Slit Experiment shocked the scientific world by proving something eerily similar. Tonight, we'll uncover how this single experiment may be the scientific validation of the first Hermetic law. The first Hermetic law, Mentalism. The Kybalion, an early 20th century text on Hermetic philosophy, opens with the most fundamental principle. The all is mind. The universe is mental. This means that behind the physical world, behind the material universe, lies consciousness. Everything that exists, matter, energy, time, and space, are expressions of a deeper mental reality. In other words, what we call reality may be a projection of the mind. But this was always taken as mystical wisdom until science stumbled upon something shocking. The Double Slit Experiment explained. In the early 1800s, physicist Thomas Young devised an experiment to test the nature of light. Later scientists would expand it into one of the most bizarre experiments in history. It goes like this: fire tiny particles like electrons or photons at a wall with two slits. On the other side, watch the pattern they create. If light is just particles, they should make two bands. If light is waves, they should create an interference pattern. Now here's where it gets strange. When unobserved, particles behave like waves. They pass through both slits simultaneously and interfere with themselves. But the moment you measure or observe them, they collapse into a particle, choosing one path or the other. It's as if the universe itself knows when it's being watched and changes reality accordingly. The connection, mind creates reality. This is exactly what Hermeticism has been teaching all along. The act of observation, awareness, shapes what we call objective reality. The Double Slit Experiment demonstrated that consciousness is not separate from matter. The observer is part of the equation. To a Hermeticist, this is not surprising. The first principle of mentalism states, the universe is not made of matter but of mind. Physical reality is a manifestation of consciousness. What you believe, perceive, and focus on shapes your external world. Relatable analogies. Think of a video game. The world inside only renders when you look at it. The code is potential, but the screen brings it into form. Reality might work the same way. Without awareness, reality exists as probability, like a wave. With attention, it crystallizes like a particle. This also explains why intention, imagination, and visualization are so powerful. Your inner state sets the blueprint for what manifests outwardly. As within, so without. Warnings and misconceptions. Now, let's be clear. The Double Slit Experiment doesn't mean you can snap your fingers and bend the laws of physics at will. It does not mean the universe is just a dream in your head. What it does suggest is that consciousness is fundamental, that reality is not truly separate from the observer. This opens the door to manifestation, to mind over matter, and to the deep spiritual insight that you are more powerful than you realize. The Hermeticists said it long ago, all is mind. Modern science has stumbled upon the same truth through the Double Slit Experiment. You are not just a passive observer in this universe. You are a co-creator. The question is, what reality are you choosing to collapse into existence? Because the first Hermetic law is not just theory. It's happening every moment you open your eyes.